When your first plan fails, there comes a moment in every person's life when the plan they built their identity on collapses. The business they believed in falls apart. The relationship they invested years into ends. The career they thought would define them suddenly shifts. And in that moment, people begin to ask the same painful question. Did I fail God, or did God fail me? Did I miss my purpose? Did my mistakes disqualify me from the future I once dreamed of? This message is for every person standing in the middle of Plan B, wondering if their life still has meaning. Because the truth is this: God is not intimidated by your detours. Heaven is not threatened by your mistakes. And your purpose is not cancelled because your first plan didn't work. In fact, some of the greatest stories in Scripture were written on the ashes of failed plans. When God wanted to teach Jeremiah about purpose, He didn't send him to a palace. He didn't send him to a university. He didn't send him to a prophet's school. He sent him to a potter's house. Jeremiah walked in and saw the potter working with clay. The vessel in the potter's hands was ruined. It wasn't what the potter intended. It wasn't the shape he envisioned. It wasn't the design he planned. But the potter didn't throw the clay away. He didn't discard it. He didn't say, "This is useless." The scripture says he simply shaped it again into another vessel as seemed best to him. That is the heart of God. When plan A breaks, He doesn't abandon the clay, He remolds it, He reshapes it, He repurposes it. And sometimes the second design is stronger than the first. Sometimes the second version carries more glory than the original. Sometimes the broken version becomes the most beautiful version. Look at Peter. He is the perfect example of someone whose first plan failed. Peter was a professional fisherman. That was his identity. That was his livelihood. That was his pride. But one night, he caught nothing. His skill failed him. His experience failed him. His confidence failed him. And Jesus stepped into his empty boat to show him that failure is not the end. It is the beginning of revelation. Later, Peter failed again. He failed as a disciple. He fell asleep when he should have prayed. He spoke when he should have listened. He fought when he should have trusted. And then came the moment that broke him. He denied Jesus 3 times. The man who promised loyalty collapsed under pressure. The man who said, "I will never leave you," ran away in fear. And Peter wept bitterly because he believed he had disqualified himself. But Jesus did not throw Peter away. After the resurrection, Jesus didn't look for the perfect disciple. He looked for the broken one. He didn't look for the one who got everything right. He looked for the one who failed and still loved him. And Jesus restored him, recommissioned him, and used him to build the early church. Peter's greatest ministry came after his greatest mistake. His greatest influence came after his greatest collapse. His greatest purpose came after his greatest failure. This is the pattern of God. He does not discard broken vessels. He rebuilds them. And this truth is reflected not only in Scripture but in cultures around the world. In Japan, there is an art form called Kintsugi. When a piece of pottery breaks, they do not throw it away. They do not hide the cracks. They repair it with gold. They highlight the fractures. They honor the breakage. And the vessel becomes more valuable because of what it survived. The brokenness becomes the beauty. The scars become the strength. The flaw becomes the feature. This is how God works with your life. He does not hide your past. He redeems it. He does not erase your mistakes. He transforms them. He does not pretend the cracks never happened. He fills them with grace and makes your story more powerful because of what you overcame. Some of you are living in the tension between what you planned and what God is shaping. You thought your life would look one way, but now you're standing in a completely different reality. You thought you would be married by now. You thought your business would be thriving. You thought your career would be stable. You thought your family would be whole. But life has taken a turn you didn't expect. Hear this: a U-turn is not a dead end. A pivot is not a failure. A detour is not a disqualification. Sometimes God allows plan A to collapse so He can introduce you to the version of yourself He always intended. Sometimes the breaking is the blessing. Sometimes the disappointment is the doorway. Sometimes the failure is the formation. The potter never stops shaping the clay. The only thing that can stop the process is if the clay becomes too hard to be molded. As long as you remain surrendered, God can reshape you. As long as you remain soft, God can redirect you. As long as you remain willing, God can rebuild you. Think about your own life. Think about the moments that broke you. Think about the seasons that humbled you. Think about the failures that wounded you. Those moments did not destroy you, they shaped you. They taught you compassion. They taught you wisdom. They taught you resilience. They taught you dependence on God. They taught you humility. They taught you strength. You are not the same person you were before the breaking. You are wiser. You are deeper. You are stronger. You are more aware of God's grace. And that is why your future is not behind you, it is ahead of you. God specializes in second chances. God specializes in new beginnings. God specializes in rebuilding what life tried to destroy. And the beauty of God's process is this: He doesn't start over with new clay. He uses the same clay, the same life, the same person, the same story, the same you. He doesn't replace you, He restores you. So if your first plan failed, breathe. You are still in the potter's hands. If your dream collapsed, breathe. You are still in the potter's hands. If your heart was broken, breathe. You are still in the potter's hands. If your path shifted, breathe. You are still in the potter's hands. And as long as you are in His hands, your story is not over. Now let me speak to your spirit. You have not failed too much for God to use you. You have not gone too far for God to reach you. You have not broken too deeply for God to heal you. You have not fallen too low for God to lift you. Your life is not beyond repair. Your purpose is not beyond recovery. Your destiny is not beyond redemption. God is shaping you again. God is forming you again. God is breathing on you again. God is calling you again. God is restoring you again. And the version He is shaping now will be stronger, wiser, and more impactful than anything you imagined in Plan A. This is your moment to surrender to the potter's hands. This is your moment to release the shame of failure. This is your moment to embrace the beauty of becoming. This is your moment to trust that God knows what He is doing with your life. And now, here is your call to action. Do not walk away from this message unchanged. Do not let this be another moment of inspiration without transformation. Today, make a decision. Surrender your broken plans to God. Release your disappointment. Let go of the shame. Allow God to reshape you. And commit to walking forward with faith, knowing that your future is still alive. Speak these words out loud. God, I place my life back in your hands. Shape me again. Use me again. Restore me again. I trust your plan more than my own. Your story is not over. Your purpose is not cancelled. Your life is not wasted. You are the clay, and God is the potter. And He is not finished with you yet.